This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Good morning, my Real News Media TV family. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning, and I'm wishing for everyone a wonderful and a safe day. And in the news this morning for December 1, 2022, man police label dangerous contract killer skips bail. A man from Western Jamaica, who the police allege is one of the island's most deadly contract killers, has skipped bail and is now on the run, sparking fears in police circles that he could be about to unleash another reign of terror in that section of the island. The 28-year-old is facing charges of murder, 4 counts of illegal possession of firearm, and 4 counts of shooting with intent. He appeared before the St. James Circuit Court on several occasions after he was arrested by the police in 2020, but his application for bail was rejected on each occasion. Earlier this year, his lawyers took the matter to the Home Circuit Court in Kingston, where following an application in chambers, he was granted bail in the sum of $500,000 with 2 sureties and strict reporting conditions. The alleged contract killer, who told the court that he was unable to walk and required a surgery, was ordered to not return to St. James unless it was to attend a court, not to leave the Kingston house of the family member who had bailed him unless it was to go to the hospital or court, report directly or have a representative report to the Kingston Central Police Station between 8 a.m. and 6 p.m. Mondays to Fridays, not to contact the witnesses, and to surrender his travel documents to the police. But when the case was called up in court earlier this week, the alleged contract killer was not present, and the subsequent checks by the police determined that he had fled from the house where the court had ordered him to stay. As police confirmed that the alleged hitman was now on the run, the news sources pointed out that he is on a quest to avenge the death of his brother, who was fatally shot in December 2020 in St. James during a conflict between 2 gangs. The sources pointed out that the man has been linked to several murders, which he was allegedly paid to commit on behalf of rival gangs in Western Jamaica. This man is only loyal to his money and his gun. He will take money from anybody to mash up a work for them, said one news source. He is known as somebody who is cold and will kill anywhere and anytime, added the source, as he pointed to 6 murders which the alleged contract killer was charged with in 2013. According to material which the police produced in court, in 2013, the accused man traveled to Norwood St. James, where he opened fire at a group of people, killing 3. Less than 1 hour later, he was in North Gully St. James, where he opened fire at people again, leaving 3 dead. Acting on information, the police tracked and arrested him before charging him with all 6 murders. But after he was remanded for several months, he was freed by the court, as witnesses, including those who had identified him as a shooter in the incidents, failed to appear for the trial. Since being freed of the murder charges, the police have linked him to several barbaric acts, including the brazen daylight fatal shooting of a man in Adelphi St. James in November 2019. In December 2019, the police went in search of a suspected killer who intelligence suggested was on his way to carry out a contract killing on behalf of a gang, but he managed to elude the police, leaving behind a Glock pistol with 29 rounds of ammunition. The hunt continued for him until September 2020, when members of the security forces responded to reports of the fatal shooting of a man in Catherine Hall, St. James. On arrival, the members of the security forces said that they were engaged in a firefight by 2 men who had reportedly killed the man. When the shooting ended, the 2 men were found with gunshot wounds and 2 illegal firearms taken from them. When one of the men was identified as the island's most wanted contract killers, the police were confident that they now had sufficient evidence to put him away for a very long time. But now that he has skipped bail, there are concerns that he could soon resume a life of killings and extortion, which made him feared in sections of Western Jamaica for years. These judges, who are quick to grant bail to these dangerous violence producers, do not consider what they could be unleashing on the people of Jamaica. We have repeatedly argued that violent criminals are being granted bail too easily, a policeman who had tracked the alleged contract killer for years argued. This is a very dangerous killer who is now on the loose to continue his terrorism because a judge either did not read or act on his antecedents before granting bail. This is so frustrating, he said. Corporate area spiritual healer under scrutiny. Police probing the suspected multi-million-dollar fraud at the Sagicor Bank Ligoni have stumbled onto a secret society which has evoked memories of the St. James cult led by the now-deceased pastor Kevin Smith. The news sources say investigators are looking into the connection between the fraud and a St. Andrew-based woman who has dubbed herself a spiritual leader, as they probed the alleged theft of approximately $50 million from the accounts of some Sagicor Bank customers. According to the news sources, a person believed to be involved in the fraud has claimed that the act was perpetrated to fund the activities of the secret society, which conducts rituals involving blood and animal sacrifice. Information given to investigators is that some of the stolen money was used to fund the activities of the secret society that is led by the woman who conducted the strange rituals, said one news source. Some of the rituals are said to have involved the purchase of animals, including horses, cows, and goats from people in the rural parishes. The animals were then slaughtered, and the members of the secret society ordered to wash in the blood of the animals before reporting to their various places of work the following day. The so-called spiritual leader reportedly managed to convince at least 2 people linked to Sagicor into her secret society and gave them directives, including to purchase the figurines of cats in order to preserve the good order of the universe. A lot of powder was also involved in the rituals, the source said. It's amazing that we seem to have a repeat of the Kevin Smith saga, where a so-called spiritual leader or professed religious healer was able to get Jamaicans who operate in various sections of society, including the public and the private sector, to perform strange practices. Some even alienated themselves from their families and gave all their resources to the secret society, which is headquartered in Upper St. Andrew, the source revealed. The professed spiritual leader has also reportedly recently purchased multi-million-dollar properties in sections of the corporate area, further raising eyebrows about the funding of her activities, which the news sources say is financed by members of the secret society who were required to attend weekly private sessions at which a variety of deeply religious practices are carried out. In October, 2 women who were employed to Sagicor Bank were arrested and charged following a probe into alleged fraudulent transactions at the bank. The 2 employees, Trisha Monique Moulton, 42, manager of Sagicor Bank Ligoni, and Malika McLeod, also 42, personal banker at the Sagicor Bank Ligoni, were arrested by the Counter-Terrorism and Organized Crime Investigation Branch. They were released on bail in the sum of $1 million each and are to appear in the Kingston and the St. Andrew Parish Court on Friday, December 9. The women have been charged with conspiracy to defraud, access with intent to commit or facilitate an offense, unlawfully making available device or data for the commission of an offense, computer-related fraud, breaches of the Proceeds of Crime Act, and larceny as a servant. The allegations are that between August 2022 and October 2022, Moulton and McLeod, in their capacities as manager and personal banker respectively, conspired and defrauded the United States currency accounts of some 6 Sagicor customers of an undetermined sum. One of the accounts has been fully verified to have been defrauded a total of $2.5 million. The fraud was discovered during a routine internal audit, which is still ongoing, to establish the final amount stolen, but a police source said the figure could rise to approximately $50 million. The police have alleged that between August and October this year, the women created fraudulent accounts in the customers' names, then transferred the funds from the legitimate account to the fake accounts, and subsequently stole the funds. In a statement following the arrest, Sagicor said its management uncovered the fraudulent activities through its internal security systems. It's understood that the bank accounts of some Jamaicans who are well known in the corporate area were fleeced during the fraud. Last October, news broke about a ritual killing at Smith's Pathways International Kingdom Restoration Ministries in St. James, which he reportedly ruled with such an iron fist that he would project death upon congregants and their families who refused to pay him money upon demand. On October 17, 2021, church member Tanika Gardner had her throat slashed allegedly on Smith's order, during a ritual that ended with 3 people dead. The event shocked the country and led to Smith being arrested. However, he died in a motor vehicle crash on the Linstead bypass in St. Catherine on October 25 while being transported from Montego Bay to Kingston to be charged with 2 counts of murder, 2 counts of wounding with intent, and illegal possession of a firearm. Police Constable Orlando Irons also died in the crash, and 2 of his colleagues were injured. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.